Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Wild Discoveries right in my own backyard. And technically this isn't in my own backyard, but actually a woodpecker helper that my neighbor had show up on top of his shed, who decided that she was going to assist him with some of the bugs and maybe trying to renovate the shed that, believe it or not, he was currently working on sanding and painting down below her at this very moment. I just thought it was really fun to see that bright flash of color and those telltale black and white feathers that let me know there was a woodpecker nearby. So I grabbed my camera and looked out, and sure enough, there was a female red-bellied woodpecker darting all over my neighbor's shed, peeking under his little rooftop looking for new bugs to eat. And it was so much fun to watch her because after a little while I realized she was using her sticky tongue and some of the cobwebs to dig deeper under the roof and try to pull out whatever little bugs may be hiding up there. She was so pretty, and you can actually tell that this is a female red-bellied woodpecker. You can tell she's a red-bellied woodpecker from the way her feathers look down her back and that classic red head. So I know they're called red-bellied woodpeckers, but so far I've never seen any red on their actual belly. I haven't gotten a good glimpse. There could be some down there, I'll have to see, but it's that classic little red cap on the head that will let you know it's a red-bellied woodpecker. They're also much bigger than the downy woodpeckers, who are also native to the area, but much smaller than something like, say, a blue jay. So they're kind of in between what you would expect a cardinal and a blue jay to be in size. And I know this one's a female because she has a little gray cap that kind of interrupts the red that goes from her little nose all the way back down along her neck. She was really fun to see because she uses that long tongue of hers that can go up to 2 inches past her beak so that she could dart her tongue down in there and try to pull out any of the insects that might be hiding inside my neighbor's shed. You guys may think that woodpeckers normally spend most of their time pecking inside of trees looking for bugs like this, but as you can see, the red-bellied woodpecker has no qualms about pecking into a lot of man-made structures. We actually have quite a problem with them pecking into the power pole lines, the wooden power pole lines that go through our neighborhood, and it's pretty common to see the power lines have to be replaced from year to year because woodpeckers are protected species, so if they decide to take over a power line and start drilling holes in it, there's not much you can do other than try to convince them to go elsewhere very gently, and when worst comes to worst, replace the entire power pole. It isn't too much of a surprise to see the local woodpeckers focusing on trying to find food in places other than their traditional trees. So it was really fun when I watched this beautiful female hitch her way down the side of my neighbor's roof, and I was so thrilled when I was able to get in close and actually get close-ups of her tongue. Those long, beautiful tongues that wrap around their brain inside of the little woodpecker head. If you ever get a chance to look up a diagram of where a woodpecker's tongue rests inside of its skull, it's fascinating. I know that sounds kind of morbid and dark, but I promise it's really cool. That tongue is an essential tool that allows the woodpeckers to be able to get access to food in very unique places that other birds just can't reach because their beaks aren't long enough or their tongues are not sticky enough. And I learned something really cool when I looked up more information about the red-bellied woodpeckers. The males and females actually have different sized tongues. That blew me away because to really make these niche feeders be able to access all sorts of niches that other birds can't, they've even become sexually dimorphic with their tongues so that the females will be able to access and forage for food in places differently than the males so that they will not compete for the same exact food source because their tongues are slightly longer or wider than one another. That totally blew me away. I thought it was really fascinating. I had no idea that there was such a difference in the woodpecker's tongue shape and how that could change everything about what kind of food the individual woodpeckers could reach. But I am very happy to say that after all of that hard work pecking away at trees and my neighbor's shed, our lovely female was able to pop down and finally discover my bird feeder on the back deck. And after a little bit of investigating, she found herself a lovely, lovely seed and flew off to enjoy it.